Hi, this is Ferris J, helping pets and their people to heal. And today's video, I want to demonstrate some EFT tapping you can use if you find yourself in an emergency situation with your pet, or if you find yourself or them in shock after a situation. For example, if there's been a sudden injury, if there's been an accident, or even an attack involving your pet. It can be, of course, highly stressful for them and for you. Now, of course, before you do the tapping, please seek veterinary attention for whatever has happened immediately. Let that be your first port of call. This EFT tapping is complementary. It supports that because it helps you come out of fight or flight, and it's going to help your pet to do the same, help to alleviate any shock, any stress. I will also say, if you choose to tap along, do be responsible for your own well-being. Sometimes if you're remembering back to a situation, it can bring up intense emotions. So do be aware of that before you tap along, and maybe bookmark this video in case you need it, in case you do have an emergency situation, which I kind of hope you don't. But if you do, here's the tapping to do. Usually when I tap, I do a setup statement. But if you're in shock or in fear, you don't need that. And if you tap through the points and just breathe in and out through each point. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just focus on what's going on for you and them. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Staying tuned in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if it does feel intense, in through the nose, out through the mouth. If it feels intense, just do the gentle tapping and just kind of do soothing tapping. Like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it's like you can be saying that to yourself and your pet. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And you can just keep tapping those words. It's going to be okay. So if you kind of flash back to the event and it is intense, go back to self-soothing. It's going to be okay. So that's the type of tapping you can do. Keep tapping rounds through the points. You can also use this point, the gamut point, and tap here. It's a fear point. It can be really good if you've just had a shock or some fear. And it's more subtle to use as well. So just tap through there. Obviously, if you're out in public, sometimes you don't want to be tapping on your face. You can tap the points on the hand. So you can tap those points. Just breathe deeply. Tap those points. And you can do that subtly. You can do that with your hands by your side. So even if you're at the vet's office or traveling to the vet, obviously not if you're driving. If you're driving, stay focused on driving. But if you're a passenger, you could subtly do that tapping on your hands. And that is going to help get you out of fight or flight. It's going to help relieve shock for you and for them. Because doing it on yourself is going to have an impact on them too. So I hope you don't need that, but I've come across several people in the past week had those kind of traumatic situations. So I want to share that kind of tapping. You can still do that tapping in the days afterwards, because sometimes the shock can kind of stay in your system. Just keep doing that kind of tapping for a few days afterwards if it comes up. Obviously, if it is really intense and if it has triggered really deep emotions, I would suggest getting professional support from a qualified EFT practitioner like myself, rather than just trying to do it yourself. But try it in the moment, try it for the few days afterwards, and I really hope it's helpful for you if you ever need it. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do have more suggestions over at the latest blog post. I'll leave a link below. Thanks again, and bye for now.